So around 2 months ago, Mumbo made a video where he made a cryptocurrency system for the Hermitcraft server. Now in the video, he never ended up really finishing the system, he just came up with a concept. But he said that he'd start working on it after the Sahara project is done. And right now, it is looking like that is almost gonna happen. The Sahara project looks like it's gonna be completed. So I decided that I'd take 1 day out of my entire life to make this a super complicated system, which I thought of in 5 whole minutes. So I present to you the majestic, the beautiful, the Bitcoin thing. Woo, doesn't it look epic? Wow, we have some stuff going on. We got this giant Bitcoin logo over here, we got 2 little signs over here, and this giant meter on the side. So basically, this is just a Bitcoin logo because, you know, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, wow. And over here we just have kind of like what these chests do. So over here you can trade your diamonds for your bitcoins, and over here you trade your bitcoins for your diamonds. Now I'm using sunflowers for my bitcoins. Now obviously if you were to build this by yourself, you'd probably rename your things in all of these item filters bitcoins and not sunflowers, because otherwise people can abuse the system and just farm sunflowers. But I mean, technically that is what Bitcoin mining is it? Yeah, basically breaking the economy, but whatever, doesn't matter. So here we got our meter, and right now our Bitcoin is sitting at 1 diamond equaling 3 bitcoins. So that means if you put in 1 diamond in this thing over here, you'll get 3 bitcoins back, and if you want to get 1 diamond out of this, you'll have to put in 3 bitcoins, and that's what these 3 lamps mean. And we just have signs at every 5th lamp, just so it's a lot easier to read, because I feel like if you had signs at every single lamp, if you just look at it from here, you won't really know what those say. Like I don't even know what that one says, but basically this just says 1:15, 1 to 15, 1 to 10, 1 to 5, and 1 to 1. So this is just easier to read in my opinion. And then over here we just have 2 buttons. This button makes it lose value, so it makes the meter go up, and this button gains value, so it makes the meter go down. Yeah, it's a bit opposite, but that is how it works. So let's just get our diamonds and our beautiful Bitcoin sunflowers and just see how this majestic creature works. It is pretty slow, but doesn't matter. So let's say, actually let's just say you do something stupid and you put a diamond in here instead of your Bitcoin. Well, oh no, I lost the diamond, but guess what? You can just reach into this hopper and take the diamond. So that's kind of why I made these hoppers a little bit accessible. So there is an item filter in the bottom to prevent you from just accidentally chucking your items in. But if we put our 1 Bitcoin, let's say we just put 1, nothing is going to happen, but we heard a piston noise and a dropper ticking. I don't really know how loud that is for you, but hopefully you heard it. So yeah, there is a piston noise and a dropper ticking noise, but obviously nothing happened because we need 3 bitcoins, not 1, so we need 2 more. And basically we can put this at a pretty reasonable speed. We just have to wait for the piston noise to happen. So we put this in, there's the piston noise, and there's our second one, and now our diamond will pop out of the floor. So there it is. So we got our diamond over here. And the cool thing about this is that you can actually like add things to it, but again you do have to wait for the piston noise. So this time let's put 6 of these bitcoins in. So 1, there's the piston, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we got our first diamond, and there is our second diamond. So it does add up, but it might be a little bit slow if you have large quantities of these little bitcoins. But another thing that you kind of need for this is like an account, or some kind of account. So this is what this ender chest is for, where you can chuck all your bitcoins that you have and your diamonds in this ender chest, because I think in Mumbo's video he said that he didn't want any of these bitcoins leaving the building or something, and he wanted like an account system. So the simple answer that I just came up with was just an ender chest, but obviously they probably have things in their ender chest that is full, but I don't know. That's just my very temporary lazy solution. So over here we got diamonds to bitcoins. Now obviously this system is a lot slower because it kind of has to put in a diamond and then pulse it that amount of times, and the pulse multiplier is a little bit unstable. So basically you kind of have to put in 1 at a time. So if we just put 1 diamond in here, we're going to get 3 Bitcoins coming out of that. So 1, 2, and 3. And we can just pick it up. So you kind of have to do it like, oh crap, I just put 2. 3. So I think we got, yeah, we only got 3. So let's just put in 1 more just to check if I didn't break it. So yeah, if you put in too many in this thing too fast, it won't give you all the coins. In fact, if you do put it too fast, it'll just give you the 3. So yeah, so make sure if you build this that you put your diamonds in slowly. But wait, why am I asking? I'm not gonna give a tutorial because this thing is humongous. But now what happens if we change the value? So let's say we lose some value. So this meter is now gonna go up. So now 1 diamond is worth 4 of these Bitcoins. So now let's try putting in 3 in this chest again, and let's just see what happens. So let's see, is this right? Yeah, okay. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Now, guess what? Nothing's gonna happen because now we need 4 of our Bitcoins for this system to work. So now let's just add our 4th Bitcoin or sunflower or whatever you want to call it. And now our diamond is going to pop out of the ground and we can pick it up. So yeah, just add it to my stack. And the same goes with this diamond to Bitcoin system. So if we just put our 1 diamond in here. Now this one is a little bit faster. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there are our 4 coins. So that's that thing and that's this thing. Now obviously this one's a lot faster than this because this has to go through a giant kind of sorting system. But I'll just explain how the redstone works in more depth. And oh, guess what? It's redstone explaining time, so let's go take a look at this massive project. So this is the redstone for our Bitcoin machine, and it looks really big and really complicated. Yes, it does. But this is technically the biggest that it could get because of the way it works. So you can make it smaller, and you can't make it bigger. This is the biggest that it can get if you ever want to build this. But guess what? I'm never doing a tutorial because this thing is way too hard to memorize. So let's just explain it because, yeah. So first of all, the 2 buttons that control this meter and basically everything else in this contraption. So those just go into these pink lines, into these pistons corresponding to whatever redstone block, and it goes into these inputs over here. And those inputs go into this signal strength counter. Now basically what this does is that it increases this signal strength by 1, or it can decrease it by 1. And whenever it increases by 1, so let's say it's here, if it increases by 1, it will go to there. Then increases by 1 again, it will go here, and it can just snake its way all the way up. And each one of these pieces of dust goes into each lamp. So if it's on this side, it will just have a piece of redstone going into the block. And if it's on this side, it will just have a comparator going straight into a block into the lamp like that. So basically, let's see which buttons do what. So if we push this one, so it just decreased it, I'm pretty sure. Did it decrease it? Yeah, it decreased it. So it was at 6, but now it's at 5. So if we push this button again, this redstone turned off, but we can also turn it back on. So if we increase the signal strength by 1 again, it will turn back on. So this just increases and decreases signal strength by 1. It's just a really simple circuit actually. This is all it is, 2 droppers facing into each other like this. Comparators on subtract mode, fill it up completely on both of them, and then you just have this kind of input on each side. So you want the 2-tick repeater on the dropper with all the items. Now obviously I couldn't do that in this space because we have this red circuit in the way, which I'll explain right now actually. So because this uses signal strength, it goes directly into this piece of redstone over here. Sorry, I had to like clear my throat. So it goes into this piece of dust, and it goes into this signal strength decoder over here. So we have a signal strength of 5 right now. Now, I've shown these off in my channel. I'm not going to really explain how they work, but basically, so we have a signal strength of 5. It'll light up the 5th torch. So if we had a signal strength of 10, it would light up like the 10th torch. So that's basically how it works. And that just goes all the way up into the corresponding circuits. So as you can see, this torch is turned on and all of these torches are turned off. And if we go over here, all of these torches are turned on except for this torch. And these are so this torch line and this torch line up here are the 2 lines that basically select everything. So let's just start with the blue circuit. So let's just follow the signal. So it activates through these repeaters. and it goes through this piston, which pushes down its block in front, well, behind this repeater. And that is the diamond to Bitcoin circuit. So if we go where the chest was, we have this item filter over here. And item filters are pretty simple circuits. They've been around for a long time in the redstone community. So this is just a really basic item filter circuit. So over here we have diamonds, which are the item that we want to filter. So let's say I take another diamond over here and a diamond block. So something that's not a diamond. So let me put a lamp over here so we can just see it better. If we put a diamond block in here, hold on, let me just get the lamp into view. So you can briefly see the redstone lamp on the bottom. If I put a diamond block in here, the lamp won't turn on because it's not the right item, and it will just stay in this hopper like that. But if we put a diamond, as you can see, the redstone lamp turned on over there. I don't know if you could see it. But how it works is once this thing is up to 19, it will give a signal strength of 2, turning off this torch, letting one item through into this chest. So now it is at 18 again, and it will give a signal strength of 1. This torch will turn on, locking the hopper, so it's like a really brief pulse. It's really short, and also this is the signal strength circuit I was talking about with the counter. Really simple. You can copy it or whatever. So that is what happens with this little blue circuit. So after that item filter and not fall, so obviously there is a chest there, but you can actually take that item wherever you want. So the cool thing is we take that diamond all the way into this dropper where we have all our other diamonds for this Bitcoin machine. So the diamonds kind of get recycled everywhere, so that's a pretty cool thing. And if we just follow the signal, so this turns on this torch, which will go over here, which will activate all of these repeaters, and only one of the repeaters will power a block and go through into a pulse multiplier. Now basically what a pulse multiplier does is it gives a certain amount of pulses. So let's say you push a button, it will give 6 pulses. If you push another button, it will give 10 pulses. So this one is fully customizable, and here they are over here. So when designing these pulse multipliers, they had to be 1 wide and tileable. So this is my first attempt at the pulse multiplier. So as you can see, we have 6 items in our dropper, and if we push this button, we will get 6 pulses out of this lamp. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So obviously this couldn't work because it was kind of like a cheaty input, and it's like really hard to activate this piston over here. So I had to make another design. So this is the second design I made. It is a lot smaller. Well, it's only like a few blocks smaller, but it is smaller, but it is fully 1 wide. So as you can see, the input is on the right and the output is on the left. So really a lot of airspace that you can make for the input and the output. But the problem with this one is that it's really inconsistent. So if we go over here, we have 4 items over here. So you'd expect it to give a 4 pulses, but it actually doesn't do that. So if we just push the button, we instead get 1, 2, and 3 pulses. We don't get a 4th pulse because I don't know why this one isn't as good as this one over here. But basically, the more pulses you want, the more items you add to this dropper. So if we add a couple more, so let's see how many. We have 15. Let's see how many pulses that gives. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, it gives off 8 pulses, which is kind of weird. I don't know why this thing is kind of inconsistent, but for the entire time I had to kind of guess and check with this thing. So those pulse multipliers are all over here, and for the 15th one we actually had like 43 items. So all of these have a different number of items. So let's say, which one are we on? We are on the 5th one. So if we just follow the 5th one again over here, this dropper has 11 items, so that will give 5 pulses into this 4-tick repeater, which will go in this line over here, which goes into this redstone line, which goes all the way into this dropper. So it will spew out exactly 5 sunflowers or 5 bitcoins, whatever you want to call them. So that's how the blue circuit works. And you know, if we switch it again, it'll activate a different piston. Another piston will come down, and it'll activate another pulse multiplier. So that's how the blue circuit works. And now the green circuit, which I tried to record this video so many times, and the green circuit is kind of hard to explain. So again, it uses this item filter concept, except it needs to be customizable. So obviously this only works with 1 diamond, but if you need 2 diamonds or 3 diamonds or 15 diamonds, you kind of need to add more and more delay. So over here we have a slightly different version of the item filter. So if we just go to this place, because this is the one with only, let's see, where's it, 18. So as you can see, it kind of looks a little bit different. Looks more like a sorting system kind of thing. And it is tileable, because if there is a signal strength of 2, it will go only through these side ones and this bottom one. So it won't actually affect each other, which is pretty nice. So basically how this works, we have our decoder again, and all of these hoppers are locked except for one of them. So if we just go over there, there is a bubble column over there, because that's how we transport our items. So if you put our item in our chest over there, it will go through this item filter again, checking if it's the right item. If it is the right item, it will go into this dropper, and it is a smart dropper, so it will just spew out whatever it has inside, and it will go all the way up this bubble column into this hopper line. So this top hopper line is kind of the hopper line that transports it all the way across. So that's like the top hopper line. The second hopper line is what I like to call like the selector hopper line. So it will only go down into the one that is unlocked. So it can't go into this one or this one because they are locked from this torch, but it can go into this hopper because it is unlocked. So the item will now, so it'll go from here and it will drop down over here because this hopper is unlocked. And now we have 2 more sets of hoppers, and this is the sorting system, or like the payment system. And as you can see, it is a long repeatable pattern, because the more items you need for each payment system, the more delay you need to have. So this is the one, let's see, where is it? This is the one where you need 15 items for this to get to 19 and give off the signal strength of 2. So we need to give off enough delay so that the items have enough time to get out of the hopper into this chest for it to get back to 4 again, to reset itself. So obviously 15 has the most because there's the most items, so we need the most delay, and then it just slowly gets shorter, and we have this nice repeating pattern over here. So okay, let's just walk through it quickly one more time. So item goes up, goes through here, falls through the corresponding payment system, and once that gets activated, the output is going into this yellow line. So let's say you put in your 5 bitcoins or whatever. So now this yellow line will get activated, and it will go all the way over here into this dropper with the diamonds, which I said get recycled earlier from the other system, and it will spew out your diamonds through the floor, and then you can collect your diamonds. So I hope you understood that. I'm not really good at explaining it, but in conclusion, this is just a giant one-wide tileable payment system. So yeah, that's the green circuit. So I hope you enjoyed the explanation. I don't even know if you understood it. I don't know if I would understand it, but yeah, I'm not going to do a tutorial on this because it is massive and I can't memorize it, and I wouldn't think of anyone who would want to build this except for like Mumbo. So if you do want to see this thing for yourself, you can hop on this server. Does it have the IP? No, it doesn't have the IP in the tab menu, but it is synergyserver.net, and you can come on to my plot. I'm on pretty I'm on for like most of the day, so you can hop on, you can go to my creative plot with all my cool stuff, and you can find this and just look at it for yourself. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video on this Bitcoin system, and now I'm gonna drink some water because my throat hurts so much. So Mumbo, you're never gonna watch this video, but I don't care, so goodbye. I hope you see this, probably not, whatever. Yeet.